here, Village Square Mall. New location. Very older than very old school mall. I'm a little taken aback. I mean, cool. It's not exactly what I was expecting. I almost thought it was abandoned. And I was like, we did go to the right place. Did we just get like punked or something?
Bamboozled? Did we get mimicked?
Oh goodness. But no, I see some, the way the people dress and the para people, especially, the nerds unite, you can tell when you're at least in the right area.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going to reptile shows and you see people with reptile merch on. Yeah, cosplay people have arrived. And we see them lurking around. Alright, hello there everybody.
Hey,
doing
both cameras.
Double her point of view, my point of view. Here with my good friend Sasha, doing another CiL-Con. Remember the 2022 video last year? I think there were some years prior to on this channel. But yeah, we're here again, Paranormal comic gaming horror convention.
Is my first.
Her first times documenting it and double screen, so it's kind of a nice angle here. All right, we're gonna go in there and see what we can see. They changed venues this year, so it's at a different place. When we were pulling up, looked kind of like a ran down, almost abandoned strip mall, and I was like, is this the right place?
To be honest, with the fact of what we're here for, that's kind of fitting.
I mean, yeah, so much so. I just want to make sure it wasn't. We had to double check. Let's just
with
say
how
that.
far we drove.
We had to double check what it was, because it's like, I think we're at the right place. And then we started seeing stones and jewelry advertisements on cars. We've seen unique looking individuals and
our favorite
cosplay
kind of
people. So I'm like, yeah, we're in the right place. Just a little bit different than the last place we went to in when they had all those years in Mattoon, Illinois. But now we're in Effingham. All right, everyone. We're gonna go and see what we can find and who we can see.
Shenanigans we
Some
can
of
get
these
into.
people, keep in mind, I haven't seen since before the COVID lockdowns 2020. So some of them will be about 4 years since I've seen them. So we'll see.
I don't know any of them.
Yeah,
so
you're
there's
meet and
that.
greets.
Hey, you. Turn around and show us all your glory.
Oh yeah. See?
Yeah.
These are my Crusader pants.
These are his threads.
I got them. They're pretty nice. I was on a waiting list to get these special things, and they show off my assets nicely. I think they're quite distinguishable and unique. They're one of a kind. We're going in here. Yep. Looks like we're in the right place for sure.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, look at that. Book of Spells.
How'd you know?
I figure that's what you were going for.
Of course it is.
Nice.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh.
You're one of that, so I got it for her.
This is super cool.
Oh, yeah.
You have a look at the back. It's green and yellow. It's all rainbow.
See? That's a Ouija board one.
Yeah.
I love the look.
Yes.
Would you like to try anything?
Alright, so we're walking right now, waiting to see a place to pee. We've already had a compliment already. Got an A++ from somebody on our
attire.
our looks. Yes, exactly.
I gotta make sure to show this to my kids, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This little these little dudes. Nice. Hello. One. So much of the count.
Yeah.
What's wrong? She's trying to figure out the camera, I guess. I don't know what she's doing.
No, it looked like it went out of focus.
Oh, remember the dial is right here.
Yeah. That's what I'm touching here.
Hi, how are you? Let's see. Oh, Hunt Czar. I know them. It's the Booth Brothers. Long time no see.
Eric.
How are you?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
We
you?
gotta get a picture because it's been fucking forever.
Yeah.
Long time no see.
Forever.
I told Nick, I said, Eric will be here.
Yeah, after we drove 3 hours.
Really that long? We had 4.5 hours, so
Chicago was.
It's not my worst drive.
incredibly how time flies.
I'm Sasha.
Sasha. How you been?
Better known as
I'm Tom, better known as fuck you.
for quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah, he was telling me about it.
Your friend of mine.
Hi. You too.
He hasn't told you stories about us?
Oh, he has.
A little bit. It showed
A
her
little, yeah.
some of the films.
I used to like it.
Yeah. Don't feel neutral, buddy.
What stories are you telling?
Nothing too bad.
The Boot Brothers and him
I've heard worse.
together, so we're going to shove everybody down the hall.
Right now?
I promise. I didn't know it was the mayor's daughter.
No, we pulled up to the place. I was like, are we at the right place?
I'll go grab these guys and tell them we're going to speak. All this whole family.
We're all gonna speak. Come on. You ready?
Yeah, I'm getting people there.
All right, let's go.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you doing, brother?
Doing a lot better than I was.
Yeah, I'm enjoying your videos that you've been posting. Playing your songs.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to be here at this one because we originally were going to go to
Well,
the
it's really
Mansfield.
close to us, you
Yeah.
know, so it's not that big of a deal, you know, because I didn't really expect it to be that busy because of the mall. They changed the mall.
Right,
But it's been
right.
pretty good for us.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. From the
Today's been-
outside, when we pulled up, I had to double check and make sure we're at the right.
I like your shoes.
Oh, thank you.
Let's get a picture real quick.
Yeah.
Well, for those that don't know, my name is Keith Age.
I'm Philip. I'm Christopher.
That's the boss.
How's the CiL-Con? Applaud. I bet everybody has seen our movies, haven't they?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Very popular.
No, all movies. Oh, we're Mary Poppins. That's still.
I wasn't in there still, sorry.
Parent. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay.
Bring chairs over.
Big show. We wish we had a stage.
There's a table right there. I mean, you can make do.
Yeah, but Albert Tennessee wanted to strip it like a table.
I have that urge too.
Favorite?
That would just be dangerous to stop.
The way we got started out, I opened up Waverly Hills for the Manatees and ran all the tours. Everything. Y'all know what Waverly Hills is?
It's a tuberculosis asylum. You know that place?
Considered one of the most haunted places in America.
In Kentucky.
So I was there already. These two guys came to shoot an independent horror film.
Called Death Tunnel. From Sony.
That is what actually is there at Waverly Hills, the Death Tunnel.
That is a 500-foot underground tunnel where they used to wheel bodies so they wouldn't ruin morale by seeing the dead leave from the earth.
Because there were days when the TB.
Death Tunnel.
That's the body shoot. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so while they were there, they met me, and then real paranormal things started happening to them, and so we went from making this horror movie, which they still did, and then they said, well, let's make a individual little documentary about it.
The Sci-Fi Channel. And what a good story about that I tell everybody, it's very true, and I mention Keith all the time, and we were there just to film a teenage horror movie. We knew of the ghosts, we knew of the deaths, the famous deaths, you know, 502, the nurse that jumped off the roof and all that stuff. I was filming a hallway, 3rd floor, which is the most haunted floor. And I felt like a bag of ice walked through me. Keith was next to me, and I said to him, what the fuck? And he said, that always happens when a ghost walks through you. And I said, sure, we're filming a horror movie. I I went to go continue filming, and there was a little film of ice on the front of the camera lens, and it was humid, 100 degrees in Kentucky. But it's when I went, in August, it's when I went back to edit the film for Sony, I saw an image of a little girl blurred standing right in front of the camera. After that, we had so much paranormal activity, in-depth filming there. EVPs got put in the film, images of ghosts got put in the film, that we had to believe. We had sci-fi then approaches. If you can make a documentary about a film crew that goes to shoot a horror movie, but the real shit happens, we'll give you a series. Hence,
We also,
movies later.
but we also did the documentary because I thought it was disrespectful to make Death Tunnel and make the patients would have been zombies. I couldn't do that, so we made a standalone. And the more we learned, the more you had to
Talk to the patients that were still alive, that were there actually at Waverly Hills. Joe Madeline, who was just Charlie and Tina's father, who was the caretaker of Waverly Hills, which is incredible. And what happened was we never found any dirt on Waverly Hills. We were documentarians. We were digging the stories why the ghosts would be there. And what started happening with Death Tunnel released before Spook, we started getting letters from the great-grandchildren and the grandchildren of the grandparents that said, you know what you said, why the ghosts are there? That actually happened. They told the patients there was a cure for TB, and there wasn't. So when they woke up and the patient had gone, they snuck through the death tunnel. They actually said they were cured and went home. That became the script of Death Tunnel, why the place was haunted. That's a little trivia, true story about the movie Spooked and the documentary Spooked and the movie Death Tunnel.
Wow.
Not much.
You guys seen Children of the Grave?
Yes.
You've seen Children of the Grave?
Yes.
That was an incredible thing because I just had Gabriel at the time since my first child. And you know when your child cries, is there anything to, you know, when your child cries, Eric?
Yeah. All my
You rock it
reptiles.
back and forth.
Your reptiles, my actual
To stop
children.
it from crying.
Christopher.
Look it up, I'll be able to find it.
Yeah.
Okay, when you do that, you do anything, but how can you do that with a ghost child? That broke my heart.
Yeah.
And we caught EVPs of the crying, you know, and you know, mommies and stuff, and that broke my heart. But we went down there 6 miles of broken road to find these picture that someone sent us of these shadow children in the
Cheers to Tom
mountains.
Halstead.
You know, incredible, and I didn't believe it, but the photo, it wasn't Photoshop, I didn't believe it still. I thought they brought children and set them up there, but there's no way, they weren't that intelligent to do
It's
that.
2 a.m. in the morning in, not wood, forest.
Yeah, why do we always go
Wild
ghost hunting in the middle of the night when it's freezing in February?
Let's trot all these kids out for 7 miles.
So anyway, we went down there, and I remember like yesterday, because we had to have codes. I was telling someone down there we had to have a code. If we saw a ghost, you couldn't say, but we caught one, because the people who were with them would all run and they would go in front of the camera. So we had a special code. And we looked everywhere. We caught a couple of single shadow people, a lot of light abnormalities. That was incredible. But we didn't get the shadow nest of children that was rocking back and forth that we were after until the very end. And there we caught them with film picture, and they matched similar to the picture. And it was so overwhelming.
Now,
Then,
Keith held that thermal imager up. This is what the cool thing is. You would see them right in front of you, just like the photograph. All those kids. You'd pull them down,
Gone.
nothing there. You could walk over with a flashlight and search it, nothing there. Then you pull it up and they're right in your face. Which to me, supernaturally, paranormal means they're in some kind of plane that we can't see, but the thermal imager doesn't have the logic, doesn't have the consciousness that's blocking all that third eye shit out. It's just seeing what's there. That was one of the coolest experiences, which is Children of the Grave.
And then one of the things we was talking about earlier, the way we filmed this, and I said, there's a filmmaker. I mean, at the time I wasn't, I am now. And we shot what we started calling guerrilla filmmaking.
Yeah.
And here I am with the thermal like this. And then he'd be over my shoulder filming the thermal. And then he'd be over this shoulder.
Filming the filming of the filming.
The human centipede.
I'm not standing behind him. No. Anyway,
But that was very reality. It wasn't like it was today, where you don't know what's going on and they cut.
Right.
We were filming each other, filming crew that was real, just like the ghost in that mansion. Remember that? Wow. Incredible stuff.
Has anybody seen Children of the Grave 2? Children of the Grave 2? That was pretty incredible to catch Zeke's face because unlike, I'm starting a little dog anyway, but unlike the stuff today that's edited or manufactured, the networks actually do say it's not scary enough and we have to create fake evidence. Everything we've done was just real time. So we have filmed it when you're filming, like he's saying, a thermal image or a camera that's detecting a ghost. You're filming actually it appearing. You're not like, just cutting to the thing which you can change in post-production. You're filming the real reaction at the exact time you see it.
be filming it with a thermal, him filming it with a Sony camera, and then him filming
Night vision, thermal.
Yeah, and then him filming it with a big camera. Literally, think about the three of us just standing in line filming over each other's shoulders.
Now we get to talk about one of the scariest ones. So who's seen The Exorcist? Wow.
I have not yet.
You have not?
No, not
Well, I don't
yet.
want to.
Well, the new Exorcist movie's coming out in a couple of weeks, right? But who saw the original one from
So it
70s?
Oh, I saw
scared
that
me
one.
as a child like crazy.
Who's friends with Linda
Yes.
Blair?
Who? Oh, I am.
I'm friends with the double.
The double?
Yeah, the double. But could you imagine seeing The Exorcist? And I was a younger age when I saw The Exorcist, and I was scared to death. It scared me. But what really blew me away is when we put everything together, that I would never think in a million years I would be, and we were the only ones at that
To the real
time,
house it happened.
to the real house, and walking to the place The Exorcist happened, and
Yeah.
you look up the steps, and you know to the left was that green room where the kid, Linda was screaming at that, but it was a boy, and we went down there to tell the true story.
Now,
from
for the
diary.
little background, because I know they might not know, as these wonderful people know stuff. There was a diary written, a journal of the actual exorcism, which Blatty got, that wrote the book, and Friedkin made the movie. It was a journal, and it was an actual documentation of the exorcism, signed by 14 priests, sent to the Vatican to authorize the exorcism,
Who we asked if we could see.
which we got an actual copy. We went through that actual diary and went to every place in St. Louis where they exorcised that boy. An incident in the diary happened, and that's what Chris was talking about. The only one who went to the actual room. There's this place in Missouri, still standing, St. Vincent's Asylum. It looks like a castle. It's an amazing place. They turned it into a low-income housing project. Every room in that place, they turned into an apartment, even the crematorium. But the 5th floor where they kept the boy was not allowed to be turned into anything. The church, when they sold it to the low-income housing project, they said you can't put anything on the 5th floor. And no one told anybody why.
And all the furniture got locked up in a military facility.
The pew where they did the exorcism, the bed, the desk where the priest sat at, everything was double locked and sealed and shipped off in storage to Scott's Air Force military. Why?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Why?
The final scene of Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're dealing with here.
Oh my God.
Under the guise of repairing the sprinklers on the 5th floor, and we filmed where they kept the boy, and in that wall where the room was,
Blues Brothers and Keith Ames. Oh my God, big fans, big fans.
he's a zombie. He turned that room where they exercised the boy into a nursery. Freaky, but true. That was a failed exorcism. The one in St. Vincent's Asylum was a failed exorcism.
Huh?
Was the room facing the front of the house or the back?
Back.
It was the back.
Back
And the
left.
strange thing about that house is it was built in a vortex. All the trees are crooked there. So when we put the camera down, with the bubble level to level. No matter how you look through it, everything looks off kilter. Why don't you tell everybody about the cross on Greg's neck?
The way we had to shoot this, because you got 3 cameras trying to shoot in one room, okay? So there, when you walk through the door, it's just a 14 by 14 foot room. Out here they've cut a door into the wall that used to lead out to a patio. The patio's gone. Now this is a 9-panel window door there. And this mid-February we're filming, so it's like 3 degrees outside.
We're always filming with freezing.
We put him in the closet.
I couldn't get far enough to get a wide shot, so.
Alright, so he is in the closet with the big camera. I am against the far wall with the thermal camera. He is in the doorway filming, so we're getting 3 shots. Alright, Greg is over here standing by this door that leads to nowhere. And as we're filming, we're trying to do the EVP session, and Greg looks up at me and goes, man, it's getting real hot over here, so I put the thermal. This thermal flare that we were using, you can get 2 different temperatures, the hottest and the coldest. Well, it's reading that it's like 50 degrees in the room. And I'm like, what do you mean it's getting hot? And he's like, it's getting real hot here by my side, by the door. Well, I put it over to the door. And the temperature went from 60 degrees to almost 485 degrees Fahrenheit. This wall should have been melting. I mean, we shouldn't be alive. We should be dead, burned up. And finally, Greg goes, I gotta get out of here. Something's wrong. So we stopped filming. These 2, you that looked at him first on his neck, he's got a cross.
A welt of a cross rose up on his neck.
Now, does anybody know what the Christian value of that really is? Anybody? Okay. When you hear him talk about hanging someone from the cross, and you see people, like cross.
Yeah.
That's not how they did it.
It was
They actually was an X.
They crucified them like this.
Roman numeral, yeah.
So when you turn the cross sideways, it's now an X. And that's what the welt is on his throat.
And what's really scary is if you read the diary, Ronald, the boy, had that on his neck as well.
Oh.
We ripped up the carpet, and then carved in the floor was all these X's. The Roman numeral X is in the diary all through it. So that was pretty. Now, Greg was so freaked out, he left the room.
He almost quit ghosting.
He's a military guy, so it was really weird to see him so freaked out. So we believed that the whole target was never the boy. It was the priest who had given up on God, because if you could win a priest over, that would be the ultimate sacrifice. And that's what I love about what we do, is that you become a supernatural detective by putting this stuff together with historical data, evidenced by many different people, not just one ghost hunting group, and then the technical evidence. And I think that's what makes all our shows unique from what's on television nowadays. Oh, it's cold in here.
Right.
You know, well, they only have 28 minutes and a half an hour to tell you a story, you know.
Those of y'all that know me well, it takes a lot for me to say, okay, something's bad. Okay? A lot. You know, I don't get up and go, oh! We have had a few that do that, and it didn't turn out well.
There was a lot of rolling eyes going on, like, oh,
So anyway,
demon!
my sister Rhonda had caught the flu, and we, because of a scheduling mix-up, we ended up having to share a room. Now, in these rooms in the Crescent, originally there was no plumbing built into this place. Now there's plumbing in every room, bathroom, shower. So they're smaller, make the room smaller, and raise the floor up in some places where they put pipes through. Well, I go in, I hear Rhonda in here snoring. I go to the bathroom. I come out. Rhonda's still snoring, but I got all the lights out. So I'm doing this. Next thing I know, I got 2 handfuls. And I'm like, oh shit, Robin, Rhonda, I am so sorry, I'm expecting to get slugged any minute. And I'm still apologizing, and I still hear, she's asleep in the bed. So I groped the ghost. Best thing I can think of.
That is great. Now we're cooking, buddy.
Network. You can't do that today now. You can't grope ghosts now. The Ghost 2 movement. I can now see the network changing the box cover right now. These would be canceled now. They'd be canceled.
I got an idea, buddy.
Is there any questions we can answer for anybody about any of our shows that we're doing?
Anybody want to know what we're doing next?
Yes, what
I
are you
do.
doing next?
Are you guys finding like a good ghost story that stars a guy that looks like Santiago Cirillo? Because I think that'll be a great story to tell. I mean,
You and I have done a lot together.
You can grope him.
if you guys, I'll tell you what, if you guys didn't know, Keith is the one that introduced me to the paranormal world.
Wow.
And
He
it was,
introduced a lot of people.
yeah, and it was
And
weird
let's give
because
Keith a hand because he's a legend.
the legend.
Yeah, without Keith, we wouldn't have been into the paranormal. No, he started us off a death tunnel. You know, when we first met, we hated each other. And I remember 2 words he said to me, and I said, fuck you back. And that's true. That's really true. And then we became really good friends.
Yeah, they actually used to call me the third booth girl. And true thing, our birthdays,
Days apart.
6 days apart.
Wow.
Which is really weird.
Yeah, if it wasn't for
Several
Keith,
years
I would
apart,
have
6 days apart. Even though I technically am the youngest.
Here we go. Here we go. There it is. There it is.
They have been known to call me the older.
Anyway, we just want to say is I want to say that I appreciate all of you. I see a lot of faces that we've known for many, many years that have come to our events or bought our stuff or shared our stuff. Please help us and do that again. Now that we're on Tubi, Apple TV, and Amazon, and Spook TV, YouTube is fucking getting 30, 40,000 hits every few weeks now. Please help us spread the word and just share it. It's very helpful to continue doing what we're doing. Really great. We haven't been doing too much paranormal because I was telling Eric, that's why I wanted to close off, with the Exorcism box going to somebody that, is going to do it justice. This is a museum where you can see it now. And it's this incredible piece. And I've had it for a long time, but there's something that tells you it's time to move on.
Closing a chapter.
Yeah, it's a new chapter. And we've been doing a lot of films, and I've been doing a lot of music, which is my soul. And we'll probably do some paranormal when something calls to us. It's a big case. I mean, I was telling somebody yesterday, I want to do the Exorcist story or the Annalise McKell story or the Lizzie Borden story, whatever. But I don't want to do somebody's squirrel running around in a haunted house,
Right.
To me, that's just, we're all getting older, and don't you want to spend your time valuable in making statements and doing what you want to do instead of just following the cookie cutter crap? Especially with what's going on in the streaming business, people don't make even 2 cents an hour now. So no one ever does it for money. We do it, I do it because when I pass, this is what I've left to the world. The films, the art, the music. I feel good about that. Not crap that you believed in and you threw it down your throat because the networks only know how to crank out the same old fucking shit.
Yeah.
And you're buying it. You shouldn't be buying it.
No.
As far as where I'm at, I do have my own production company because I will say this, I've said it before. I learned a lot filmmaking from these two. This is a man that can take a $10,000 shot and make it look like a $60 million shot.
I appreciate that.
Very good. His cinematography, I learned a lot. But I learned more on the business end. This
The Hollywood producer.
and that's what I do is I produce. And I'm executive producer for my own company, Black Leather Productions.
You want me to say something?
I was waiting to hear.
It's a bondage video.
Less than before done my alley.
We have a series that we shot. It's called Birth and Spirits. Miss Wooten was in it the last one, so was Nick and Tom. And that'll be out on YouTube streaming next year on the thing called Alternate Reality. And if you can find me on Facebook. Where can we find you guys?
Well, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Amazon.
All our videos with Keith, Spook being one of the most popular. Children of the Grave is coming out Halloween on Amazon and Tubi, and then
Halloween month.
The Exorcist is already up. Dead Still's coming up there too. And
Spooktober on Amazon.
yeah, Spooktober. I'm gonna go down there and what's your ultimate paranormal goal?
To tell the truth.
Yep.
And what's your most case you'd love to study?
Of all the existing
Yeah,
ones,
the ones you know of.
none of them. I want to discover my own.
Okay. And Nick?
I think just simply just prove that a lot of this is real. Just simple as that.
Okay, Eric, why do you do the paranormal?
The passion of helping families. That's the biggest thing. We do private residentials. I don't care about the pay to visit a place crap, honestly. That's just me. Because I don't really like the going around 50 different people trampling around in the flashlights. It's just not my
With contaminated EVP.
Yes, yeah. And here's somebody.
I love it when you put 100 people in a cell and they go, all right, let's do an EVP.
Yeah.
And then there's people telling jokes and laughing.
Right.
What about you, love? What do you like about the paranormal?
Just more validation that there is actually stuff out there and things that I have experienced and whatnot actually are real.
And what's the scariest thing that you would ever feel you'd
Don't
witness
say
in the
me
paranormal?
I would have to say I really haven't had anything scary, but there was a feeling of dread whenever I was on the third floor of Ashmore Estates and I was about to go down the stairs and I
That's a
felt
nurse's
that
station.
hair.
The nurse's station.
Would you like to hear a funny story about the Rock House?
Sure.
Someone is walking behind me as we're going up the back steps.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
And we're in pitch black. I've got a 3x3 screen that's blinding me. That's all I can see. As we're going up the steps, someone's behind me with a camera. And we're talking, and next thing I see is a baseball bat. Flying at my head. And I got the camera up just in time. The camera took the thing, but it hit me, and I'm cussing. Next thing I hear, sorry, mate. Grabbed hold of the banner, the rail.
It fell off, came off
He
the
pulled
wall.
it out and it comes straight out and just bang! Ghost hunting can be fun. Then they almost got me killed in where we're at, Indian land.
Soul Catcher.
We got
great
arrested in Boston. Stayed in silence.
Yeah, the cops arrested us for trying to film. It was Barton State, if you know, it's tore that down in Peoria. Beautiful, that's in Children's Grave, amazing building.
But they arrested us for trespassing, and we had never went inside.
We were standing outside filming it.
Wow.
And then, like I said, when we were filming for Soul Catcher, we went to this abandoned school.
That was great.
That was a good
It
movie.
was getting dark. They're getting shit set up. We get in there. I step on what I think is a stick. And when I step on the stick, you hear,
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
they're outside getting gear ready. So
there's a growl.
So I tell Adrian, I said, dude, I really hope it's your stomach growling. He goes, no, I'm kind of hoping it's yours. I said, well, let's back out of here till we get some more light and stuff in here. So as I'm backing out, I'm dropping the camera. And I step on the damn thing again, and it goes, So luckily we got out. Next day we're looking at the dailies. And we come across this picture, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And he goes, let's flip it, see what it is. It's a mountain lion. I'm stepping on its tail. The mouth just opened like
It was crazy. Nobody wanted to go back in there.
So ghost hunting can be fun.
Before we tear down, I want to get a picture of all of us, okay? Can everybody just scoot in?
All right, so we got done with the presentation by Booth Brothers and Keith H. And that was a good one. Very thin crowd, it seems, here today, but still fun nonetheless. Got to see some folks I've seen in a pretty minute, and seen some cool stuff. She's already seen some things that she wants.
Yes, this is a dangerous place for me to
I know,
kind of
right?
be.
Totally. So we're gonna see her what's down here.
Hey, look, steampunk jewelry.
There you go.
But of course, because of that, I had to stop. Look at that.
Nice.
And then I broke and have nothing left. Oh,
Hi.
good. I'm just admiring, unfortunately. Probably.
Hi, Eric.
Hello. How are you? Doing good.
Good. Nice to see you.
Yeah, been a while. Hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying goodbye, so I was trying to. Okay. I wasn't trying to shoot you off. I swear.
I wasn't sure if you were coming out.
Yeah, we did. We did the Midwest Pagan Convention back in July
Okay.
over in Decatur, so
Okay.
we got invited to this one.
Nice.
And we decided to make the trip.
Yeah.
Eric.
Eric.
I have many good things about you.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
I'm your cousin. Yep. One of the two that saw the long arm thing
Creepy
that
thing in
likes
the
to
house.
hang out in the closets.
Yeah.
I never liked her, and she always bothered me. I lived there with them twice, and every so often she would poke out like she was playing peekaboo out of their closet. And it's like, okay, I perceive you as a little girl. You are not a little girl. Nice try. But she would always either be in the top or bottom, and she always disliked anyone at the top of the stairs and would make you feel like she was going to shove you every time you got to the top of the stairs. And
Which is what Mary ran into when she tried to go upstairs in front of the linen closet.
Well, and it did not help that there was a feeling of her being in that attic access to the boys' room. And when we were cleaning it the one day and putting back up their evil eye charm, finding that handprint on the ceiling, like something popped down and went like this, I'm sitting going, I'm gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Out of the
So
room.
she said you guys kind of came in and I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
let me know. And
shenanigans
then
were
she
had.
said you let me know all the different things you guys found. And I was saying, going,
Yeah.
oh, so I wasn't insane. Good to know.
No. We were there years ago, in like 2014, for
Yeah.
a shorter visit. Someone different was staying there.
Ophelia.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever was there that was attached to her went with her, I think, but we did have that one gal lingering in the basement
Yeah.
hanging out, so.
So it was a come back to see how it is now different after all those years, which I'm glad that we did, because we got more of the story.
Yeah, it was interesting this last visit, so.
Well, and it was one of those from the minute that they moved in. It was always like,
It's been active the whole time we've been there.
Yeah.
it always felt like there was someone like running around wanting to play tag, but it never felt as innocent as it felt like they wanted you to think it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know who or what you are, but I'm just gonna be over here. We won't need anyone.
Yeah.
So when I told her all of the things that I perceived in her house, and then she said you guys came over and all the things that you found, I'm sitting here like, not as crazy as I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you show me the evidence?
Yeah, I showed him the evidence. I was like,
And then-
this is bonkers. Especially playing back the part about kidnapped. I was like,
Oh my god.
that's bizarre.
Thank
That
you.
episode will be part of Chapter 9, which has not been out yet, so but it'll be on the YouTube.
I'll keep an eye out
tag
for
you
it.
for it too, but
Well,
Yeah,
more
I'll keep an
important
eye
than
out for
anything,
it.
thank you for helping.
oh yeah.
A lot of that was driving her and the boys nuts,
Oh, yeah.
especially with that window that used to be in their room.
And a mirror number 2.
Yeah, that mirror still needs to come out, but it's not being as active as it was.
I tried to disconnect it, so to speak, at least,
Yeah.
and then you decide what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah, as soon as I can get some muscles up there, not just Jim, because it's a two-person job, he can attest to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that one like out to the landfill. And if it breaks, and they could just haunt the land out there.
I was gonna say, nice, the purple hair gang. We like the purple hair thing going on. See? Purple hair gang.
But yeah, I mean, nothing disrespectful when I say this at all, but you guys kind of came up and I was like, she has purple hair and a pretty lock, and he looks like My Chemical Panda. I love it.
I like My Chemical Panda. That's funny. That's awesome. All right. So we know who this is because we might put this in our little video too. So healers in a handbasket. Physics and massage. There it is. Phone number, folks. There it is. Check him out. The man himself. Give me a sign 50,000 times. But then when you're doing something different like that, music just speaks to you in a way that, you know, it's hard to explain or put down in words. Absolutely.
It's like, yep.
Yeah.
You feel me.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I choose you.
Yeah. Well, and there's a whole science with the frequencies and stuff like that too, and the reason that we can't see in our, a lot of the times, you know, in the visible spectrum, your music can travel in a different frequency, but reach, you know, those unknown crevices, nooks and crannies that, you know, it's so hard to see or feel.
Yeah, I mean, you're going about trying to, I guess, attack these hard to prove, hard to pieces of evidence, signs in common ways, but we have things we know of that we can't explain already, so why don't we use those things like that can make music to, I feel like that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So, it's just that you hear somebody actually do that. I never even thought I heard that, but
yeah.
Like, oh.
One of those outside the box things, you know. That's what I like about being an independent or indie, whatever you're gonna call it, and just things we can do what we want without signed contract being told what we have to do or mainstream.
Unless I do things.
Yeah.
I try and do different things.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we got in this conversation because we're finally with a person, a musician. So I was watching this little vlog. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, so I was trying to document CiL-Con.
He says a YouTube channel like there's only one.
Well, there's a couple. 4 or 5. So nice to meet you. What was your name again?
Vest. It's like Vest, but minus the T.
Oh, okay. I'm Eric with a C.
Here we go.
So nice to meet you. Nice to talk to you too.
Yes.
Get all this stuff here.
Without the glare on it.
What is that thing?
It's a bag.
Oh, it's a bag. I like this. It's a big throw blanket. I could throw, literally toss this, so I could say I threw Elvis all over me. Those bouncy balls I saw. Oh my. Oh my. It's funny because it has a double meaning, but I actually had not seen the toy, like the bouncy balls that brings back childhood. Remember bouncy balls? You remember them, right?
Yes, I remember them.
Oh.
You see this?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
We need a woman to do a job of a man because he's stupid.
Stubborn it would be the word I would use, but
there you go. Good teamwork.
Teamwork. Teamwork's good.
Yeah.
hold on. There we go. Yep.
There you go.
Rubber band stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
There you go.
No problem.
All right, so we are wrapping up CiL-Con 2023. Pretty awesome.
It was
Got
fun.
through with another one of those. It was great seeing some friends and colleagues associated with the field or in it directly. It's kind of cool too, especially I'm on scene about 4 years, but been a couple hours here and now a long drive back. What do you think of your first event?
It was pretty awesome, especially not knowing these people, like never meeting them, but they made me feel like I've always been part of the group.
Right.
Like, just it was a really good energy, very good vibe. I look forward to coming back another time.
Yeah. And we weren't the only ones that seemed a little surprised kind of to make sure we were at the right place. We were talking to some people. As you see the outside of the place, it looks like one of those strip malls that it's seen better days. It's kind of one of those that maybe most of the office space is actually gone. It looks like one of those kinds of things. So kind of one of those that like a Walmart comes into town and kills you off kind of thing. That's what it looks like.
Very much so.
But yeah.
And for my portion of this, because anybody who knows me knows I like to film the sky and take a whole bunch of pictures.
Oh, the sky, yes. There's that.
It looks pretty, especially over there where look.
Oh, I know. The hole.
The hole.
Skies.
It's God's glory hole right there.
Well, I was gonna go one way with it. There you go. So those watching, hopefully enjoyed this one. Another CiL-Con event, another year.
Look
Yeah,
forward to next year.
paranormal, just horror and games and Comic-Cons all kind of wrapped into one. It's kind of nice thing. So we'll plan to come back next year again too, if they have it. And yeah, so everybody.
And make sure that you have plenty of money, because there's plenty of things to get.
Right, exactly. Oh, one of them, of course, is perfect for the mansion. So there it is. Anyway, all right, everybody. So peace. Rock on.
Bye.
Enjoy.